Hey, Gathering family. It's been quite some time since we've gathered together as a church community in this space. And so I want you to know that just as your pastor, I really look forward to that day when we're able to gather and celebrate the life that we live as followers of Jesus. And as many of you may have heard yesterday from our president, that our church is essential. And we really appreciate the encouragement and the support. And we know that who we are is and has always been, we are essential. But it's really great to hear the public words just put out there throughout our nation. I know for many of you that may have sparked this question, and it may be a question that you've been sitting on for quite a while. The big question on all our minds is, when can we gather in this space? And you need to know that no one looks forward to that moment more than I do. So in the coming weeks ahead, we're going to be facing many decisions in how we gather. And we will be faced with some short-term changes and possible long-term changes in how we gather. And with every change that's coming daily, our leadership team has decided we're going to align ourselves on 5 values or principles to help guide our decisions. But first and foremost, I want to remind us that our foundation as a church, our desire as the gathering has been to be a healthy missional church. We say each Sunday that our gathering is a response to the life we are living and loving like Jesus. And I want you to know that during this crisis, we never stopped being those people. We are not defined by our Sunday gathering. Our Sunday gathering is a response to the life we live, and we continue to live that life. And I want you to know, I love how we as a church have continued to live into who we say that we are. I've always loved the heart of our church from the first time I came here. We're a worshipful people, which means we want to put God at the forefront of our life and worship Him with all of our lives, not only just in song. We're a prayerful people. We have great servants' hearts, and we're very welcoming. It's been amazing as God has led us down this path with our food pantry, how it has embodied who we are as a church. You need to know that our food pantry is uniting the churches here in our community to meet the needs of others. It's uniting our community. Different organizations, different people throughout our community are joining us as we meet the needs of others. Think about this. People are serving alongside followers of Jesus. And you know what's happening? It's changing their perspective on who the church is. And I love that. During our online presence, it's blown me away, but we're reaching more people in our community than we ever have. I love the way in which this moment in history has helped us to return to one of our deepest heart values of Jesus. And that's to be others-centered. It's putting the lives and needs of others before ourselves. And as I keep saying, that is the Jesus way, putting others before ourselves. So as a church, our decision-making values reflect that posture. So let me just go through these values. The first one is we want to gather safely. So you need to know that we are going to honor the CDC state and county guidelines, putting the needs of the most vulnerable first and foremost. So we have to ask these questions. Can we gather safely, not putting anyone in a health risk? Can we provide and implement a clean and disinfected environment? Can we practice social distancing and personal sanitation practices? Those are the questions we need to be asking. When we gather, we want to gather strategically. So we are going to submit our steps and strategies as a church to the larger church in our community, the Church Without Walls, the pastors that I pray with, our county, and then our conference within our denomination. As an act of unity, we are going to step strategically together as we begin to gather in the different phases. So the questions we're asking ourselves is, can we prayerfully develop strategies that we are ready for next steps? Can we prayerfully prepare step-by-step moments leading to our regathering? We want to communicate with our community well, you, in a timely manner, and we will include and equip our team leaders in each phase of our process. Thirdly, when we regather, we want to do it reasonably. We want to acknowledge what's realistic and practical. Can we weigh the actual cost-benefit of gathering? Is it financially feasible for us to do it? Do we have the people in place to make next steps not only happen, but be sustainable? We want to be reasonable in our decisions. And then missionally, and this is one of the most important ones, we want our decisions to be other-centered. So how will our decisions impact our community witness to the people here in our town and the people we have reached online? We have to ask ourselves, if we rush to open, will that help or hinder our outreach to those people? Our gatherings will need to be able to reflect who we are as a church and be a great experience. I mean, think about this. What if someone chose to come visit us? And we have all these protocols in place where we've got to wear masks, we have hand sanitizing stations, we have to sit spaced out. We can't maybe worship as much as we would like to because of what that would spread. We might have to wear masks when we worship. Our children, how would our children be able to be themselves? And I love who we are as a church, and part of who we are as a church is who we are together. And if we have to meet in such a way that we're not able to be that way, should we rush into that? Is that reasonable? Is that missional? And people who would experience for the first time, they're getting to know us as a church, but we want their first experience to be with us as we are. So we want to make sure that we're putting mission before anything, looking at the lives of others, knowing it's a huge witness, it's a huge testimony to who they are. Even as we decide when to gather, what will that say to our community in terms of our caring for their needs in terms of public health? And then lastly, as we regather, we want to hold things loosely. You need to realize we're going to need to hold each and every decision loosely, knowing that we're living in an uncertain and fluid time. We can't plan beyond a day, a week, or a month, really, because things could change tomorrow. Things could change tomorrow. So know that as leaders, we're going to use this to guide our decisions, and just know in the coming weeks, there are going to be plans. There's going to be ways for us to gather together that may not be in this space, but we will let you know, and we will equip, and we will train you for those moments. So I just want to encourage us. Continue to engage with the online opportunities. I know many of you, it's been a step into new technology, but I want to encourage you to engage in our online opportunities. Live streaming on Sunday, engage with our after party on Zoom if you can, just to meet new people, see familiar faces. Take advantage of everything that we're doing online and share it with others, knowing that others are looking for it. Listen to the devotions we have. Join in our growth groups, plug into the growth groups. If you need any help with the technology, let us know. We want to get you involved on there. But we would love to thrive and grow even in this season. There's no reason for us not to. But I want to encourage us to engage in the online opportunities that are happening right now and are going to continue to happen. Maybe some new ones coming forward. Look for opportunities to be other-centered in your own life. How can you be Jesus in the lives of others, in and around your life, in your neighborhood, at work, the people that you engage in life with? Join in the activity of our food pantry. You guys need to know that the food pantry is thriving. We've had major contributions from Lions Club, Pepsi, Walmart, Save Mart. I mean, this is growing into something, and you get to join in Jesus activity. You get to provide people with food. You get to pray for people. You get to be around others who are serving Jesus. You get to be around others who get a chance to see who Jesus is like as you serve. I think it's the most practical thing of being the church. We are being the church in our food pantry right now. We are going to be building teams around our point people to help us as we gather down the road here. So we're going to need people to step up and serve in ways that maybe they never have before. We want to encourage and request that you join with us leaders in mind and spirit in a unified purpose. We're going to keep you posted as all of our opportunities open up and how you can help us on our journey to regathering. It's an exciting moment, folks. God is at work. God is at work. And I have to tell you, as your pastor, I've never been more proud of you as a church. It's a privilege and an honor to be your pastor during this critical moment in history. Remember, God is always at work, and his heart is to take everything and turn it into good. And we're going to join him in that. So we'll keep you posted, and I'll see you Sunday, tomorrow, on our live stream.